Good morning. We are going to be building up for two postures today. One of them is going to be Chittavasana, which is an arm balance. So we're going to have to strengthen and stretch out our wrist to be prepared for that. And we're also going to do another pose that I just discovered has a secondary name called Ray of Light. And I just love that name, and I'm like, that fits in with our theme, so we're going to be using that at the end of our practice today as well. So what I thought we would focus on today is June 20th. 15 years ago, I gave birth to my child, my one and only, and he is such a big light. And I know mothers always favor their children, but his name's Gabriel, and when he was really little, I called him Gabrielight because he just emitted so much joy, and he is truly my greatest gift, my greatest teacher. And anyway, celebrating him today. But really, what I'm talking about today is what's going to be happening tomorrow. Tomorrow is June 21st, which is the summer solstice in the Northern Hemisphere. It's the winter solstice in the Southern Hemisphere, but we're going to focus on the fact that it's summer solstice for us. So the summer solstice is the longest day of daylight every year. It's a day that they call the expanding light. So I want you to think about the fact that most of the light that we obviously have here is from the sun. Yes, we have artificial light, we have electricity, but our main source is from the sun. Even the moon, if we want to consider that a light source, it's just a reflection of the sun. So when we're looking at the sun, and I don't know if you've paid attention because there's so many other things happening in the world that's taking over the news, but we have been getting bombarded with solar flares. Solar flares are coming headstrong towards the planet and have been during the pandemic, and they're coming even more forcefully now. And what I want you to consider from an energetic standpoint and from a spiritual standpoint, if we're being sent more light and we're going through this awakening and this ascension, we're changing from third to fourth, fifth dimension, it requires this light in order to dissolve the darkness or the fear matrix that we've been kind of living in. So as the fear matrix slowly gets taken down and we're receiving more and more light, think about within light is energy, within energy is consciousness, within consciousness is information. So we are technically receiving a lot of divine light codes. We're being downloaded with more light, which is really, really cool. Really, really cool if you think about it. So what I want you to consider is, how can you accept this light? How can you embrace this light? How can you become this light? How can you be this light? How can you share and shine your light? And that's what the summer solstice is reminding us to do. The summer solstice was always recognized in ancient cultures and in the past, and as we've been driven more into modern society, it's kind of slipped away from us. But there's this undercurrent of spirituality that is bringing these things back. So I just want you to be aware of that. As we move to the age of Aquarius, there's going to be more of this that's going to be sparking interest in people. And there's going to be a ripple effect of more and more. Let's go ahead and yesterday was also an important day because it was June 19th, which was brought into a national holiday. That's why some of you are able to be here today, because it's a holiday, you're off work. And that was the end of slavery, which really is about freedom. And that is the goal of yoga, freedom. So we're going to focus on more light, and then focus on freeing yourself up from anything that's imprisoned you, mentally, physically, spiritually, or otherwise. Let's start on our backs. And as you come down to your back, I want you to see if it's comfortable to take the star shape position. where the legs are open and the arms are overhead. So it's like you're creating the shape of a star. The star today representing the sun, center in which our planet revolves around. Go ahead and close and rest your eyes and feel the ground underneath your body. Once you relax the back body and feel the earth beneath you, also experience how you feel in the front side of your body. How you may feel open and expanded. Maybe a little brighter. To drop within your body, tap into your heart. Or imagine that you're connecting to the pulse or the beating of your heart. And imagine with each pulse, with each beat, there is a light blinking within. And science actually says that when you study the cells of our body underneath a microscope, our cells are actually blinking in and out of existence. So really you can imagine this not just in your heart, but in every cell of your body. Each breath that you take, breathe in this new life force energy, this new light source, and these energetic downloads that are becoming available to us. And let's work with it in the here and now. So let's go ahead and begin to draw the feet together and bring the arms down to find the strap. Our right knee is going to pull in so that the strap can wrap around the ball of the right foot. And then you're going to sail that foot in the air. Lengthen out through the left leg, drop down to your left thigh, and push out through your left heel. Pausing here in a supine variation of Padangusthasana A. Opening up the back of this leg and stretching out through the hamstrings. Taking both ends of the strap now in your right hand, plug down the left hip with your left hand and bring that leg off to the right side of the body. When you lean that leg to the right side of the room, stay positioned and grounded on your shoulder blades and on both sides of your seat. Breathe into the inseam of the leg, especially through the inner thigh. On your next in-breath, go ahead and re-lift that leg. Go ahead and take your left hand to hold the strap and teeter it across the midline. Stay grounded on your low back. And then push the foot a little higher up into the strap. Splay the toes nice and wide. And open up that iliotibial band, that connected tissue. Inhale, bring that leg back up overhead. Take both hands to hold the strap and maybe play that initial edge. If there's any more availability, move into that space. No worries if none is allotted. That's okay, there's still time. On your next out breath, bend the knee, remove that foot, and slide your leg out. Draw the left knee in. Hook that strap around the sole of the foot and reach it upward. Activate the right leg as well. Notice if it feels more tense, more tight, or perhaps more free.
Let's move to Padangusthasana B by taking both ends of the strap into the left hand. Right hand holds down the right hip. Leaning that leg towards the left side of the room. Keep the breath flowing. Have you noticed a holding tank in your body? Imagine that new light coming in. Any stale energy moving out. Bring the leg back up overhead, swap hands to hold it, and lean it across your midline. Lift that foot a little bit higher. Breathe a little bit deeper. And then inhale, bring that leg back up overhead, both hands holding the strap to find your secondary edge if it exists. How can we accept and embrace and use this light? How could we find and create more freedom? And then gently bend the knee, remove the strap, and send it off to the side. So when you flat both feet to the floor, bring the arms beside your body. We're going to do abdominal breath flow. So as you inhale, push down to the soles of the feet, circle the arms up overhead, and press your hips up towards the sky. As you exhale, you're gently going to roll down one vertebra at a time. Lift your head, your feet, and bring your arms toward your toes as you curl into a cannonball. So that arm balance is going to require a little core work. So inhale, circle the arms up overhead. Press down to the mound of the big toes to keep the knees narrow as you rise to bridge. And as you exhale, roll it down one vertebra at a time and contract and curl in. And then continue this flow of movement. Charging up on the in-breath. Rolling in on the out-breath. Do 3 more. On this last contraction, go ahead and keep your knees drawn in, but lower the head back to the floor. Releasing the neck. Compressing the belly. Breathing in a more diaphragmatic way. Affirming as you hold, I release my scattered forces to rise up and away into the sky. Gently roll to one side of your body, push down to the left palm, and come up. We're going to do one more warm up on the floor. So your left shin is going to be in front, and your right foot's going to come around beside you. Like kind of like a half pigeon in a way. Yeah. Your left hand, I'll do it this way so I don't confuse you. Your left hand is going to come right behind your left hip, and your right hand's going to float up. You're going to sweep the arm across the chest and overhead as you tuck and lift, similar to bridge. And then as you exhale, you lower your seat and gaze back towards the right hand as you open up. Good. Sweep it across the chest and overhead as you lift. Exhale, descend and sweep the arm back. Continue. Doing a set of 5. This will be the last one. When you come back down and open up that arm, you'll turn back to face the front and you'll walk the hands out in front of you. Now, if you have more flexibility, you can continue to hinge and lower and bow. You can stack into prayer hands, or onto stacked fist or crossed arms. But emphasize your out breath. Make the out breath a little bit longer and stronger. And affirm as you start to come up. I rise above the past and the future to this eternal moment of now. And then we'll swap the position, right shin in front, left foot alongside the hip. Right hand back behind us. And then on your in-breath, the left arm's gonna open to the side. You're gonna sweep it across the top of the head as you lift up. And as you exhale, sit back down and turn off to the left. Good, now continue this flow. If you're ever wanting to build up towards a wild thing pose, this is a nice warm up for that. You gently release back down and fold over the front leg. Finding your edge of flexibility. Maybe be reflective and introspective concerning how you may want to harness this light, this additional light, this expanding light. Last breath, make it count. Inhale, starting to come back. Before you get up to stand, find your strap. Use it for one pose when we come up to stand. So let's go ahead and come up to the top of the mat. I would suggest holding the strap in half. So long. And then once you fold it in half, holding it about shoulder distance apart, look down at your feet, line them up properly. And then shift the arms up so the arms are framing the face. And when you're ready, bending the arms, bringing the strap just behind the back side of the head. All right, so ground your feet, roll your thighs in and back. And then when you're ready, puff up through your ribs and start to lean back with your torso and take your arms up and back, up and back, up and back. Slowly straightening them out, taking a standing backward bend. Breathe up into your heart space. Breathe up into your shoulders. Breathe up towards the legs. And then inhale, draw back to center, and then exhale, we'll release that strap down. So bring your hands to the namaste at the heart. As we inhale, circle the arms up, arch back, Exhale, hands together and fold. Once you bow over the lower body, we're gonna inhale, step the left foot back. We're gonna sink the back knee, untuck the back toes, and try to straighten the back foot as though it's pointing to the back side of the room. Push down heavily through the right foot and slowly come up to Anjaneyasana, where the arms are lifting up again alongside the ears. You're pulling up through the pelvic floor and you're drawing up through the navel center. You're aligning your side weights, drawing up through the side traps, looking straight ahead with your eyes. Take one more breath. Exhale, let's bring the hands down. Let's curl the back toes under. Let's pop up that back knee and ground the back foot. Float your hands up, keeping that front knee lunging, the knee facing the second and third toe. And we're gonna do something similar to what we did last week with the breath of joy. So get your pointer fingers out. You're gonna be like a little fairy spreading your own light. So 3 short in breaths. Exhale it out. Coming back up. In. 2 more. Hands down, spin off the back heel, step back plank. Press back, downward facing dog. Now be here in downward facing dog, rooting the hands and feet. Shining up through the seat and bowing the head. Deep breaths in and out through the nose. On your next out breath, go ahead and sink down to knees, chest, chin, Ashtanga Pranam. Inhale, slither through to the belly. Float your hands up and breathe. Shoot back through your legs. Keep the toes stuck to the floor. Strengthen the diaphragm. Find a good angle for the neck. Now bring the hands to the floor underneath your shoulders. Roll the shoulders back, lift to a higher form of cobra. Pubic bone and pelvis stay on the floor. Curl the back toes under. Pass through plank. Rock and roll over the feet, returning to downward facing dog. And from Adho Mukha Svanasana, take a deep breath in. A slow breath out. Inhale, right foot's gonna step back to the top portion of the mat. Once you come here, you're dropping the back knee, this time keeping the back toes curled. Push down through that right foot and slowly bring your left arm up, then your right. Let your left arm touch your back thigh and right arm reach up towards the sky. Exhale, bring the right hand down, then the left. Keep the back toes curled to pop up the back knee. Hop the back foot to the floor and slowly come up. When you come up, keep that front knee lunging, kind of like warrior one. And we're gonna bring the hands together in front. So double inhale through the nose, creating tension like this. And then on the out breath, you relax and bring it back together, okay? Double inhale with tension. Double exhale, breathe it out. Continue. Two more. Inhale, arms shoot straight up. Exhale, hands come down. Back foot steps to the front and fold into self. Let your head go. Push down to the feet, lift up through your sits bones. And then inhale, bring the arms to your sides and up overhead. Take that little back bend at the top. Exhale, palms together and humbly bow. Once you lower and drop back in, This time, inhale, right foot steps back. Lower the back knee, untuck the back toes for this first one. Really root through the mound of that big toe to come up. Anjaneyasana. So we're not sinking the hips. We're not being yin, we're being yang. Straighten out your back foot if it's flopping to the side. Keep building up to higher ground. Look straight ahead with your eyes. Exhale, hands down. Back toes curl. Lift the back knee, ground the back heel. Float your hands up. We're going to do that breath of joy. When you're ready. Stabilize through the feet. The firmer the foundation, the better balance you have. Last one. Hand down, spin off the back heel, left foot plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Starting off with Surya Namaskaras, but I guarantee you we're going to be getting in those chaturangas today, just not yet. Deep breath in, create more length, create more space in your back. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, Ashtanga. Inhale, glide through to the belly cobra, free up your hands. I know that makes it a little harder to breathe. Create that rocking sensation through the power of the breath. And then lower the hands, shoulders roll back, come up into a king cobra. Curl the toes, roll it back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Let your neck go, gaze back in that space between the feet. Clear out some space in your mind. Create space and room for the new light codes to come in. Next in breath, left foot's gonna step through. Back knee's gonna drop. Back toes are gonna stay tucked. And then when you're ready, right arm lifts, bend the left. The right arm will hang back and the left arm will stay up. Exhale, bring the hands down, lift the back knee, plant the back foot, float the hands, come to warrior one, arms in front, and we'll add in the double breath work when you're ready. Two more. Last one. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands down, back foot steps through, and drop the head of the foot. Inhale all the way up. We're doing one more Surya Namaskara. Exhale, hands together and hold it forward. Pause here a moment, gravitate the heart a little lower. Activate the legs a little more. Affirming here as you hold, nothing and no one on this earth can hold me down or back. I'm receiving, embracing, and becoming the light. Inhale, let's set that right foot all the way back. We're going to spill down to the back knee, untuck the back toes, bring it up through the pelvic floor, curl the fingertips in, draw the right arm back, take the thumb to the crown of the head, and you're going to start to spin and twist to the left. Form of archer's pose. Affirming, I am focused on sending my own love and light out into the world. Exhale, unwind. Keep your eye on your thumb. Lower the hands. Curl the back toes under, pop up that back knee, plant that back foot. Slowly float the hands up, and this time we're gonna straighten the front leg. Take the arms in front, curl the fingers in, standing form of archers, pull back with the right arm, place the thumb to the top of the head, and start rotating left. This does require some balance, so stay focused. Recite mentally within, I am focused on sending my own love and light out into the world. Unwind from that twist. And then bend the knee, bring the hands down, step it back, downward facing dog. Exhaling, Ashtanga Pranam, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, slowly through Cobra, Bhujangasana, free the hands. Breathe the breath. Inhale, high Cobra. Exhaling, downward facing dog. All right, archer's pose to the right, right foot steps through. Back knee sinks down, untuck the back foot. Coming up into your half lunge first. Fingers draw in. Left arm draws back. Place the thumb to the crown. And begin rotating to the right. Take your time. Energy is vibration, so sometimes energy awakening can make us a little wobbly. Good, exhale, unwind from that position. We'll bring it up to stand. Hands down, back toes curl, knee lifts, foot plants. Straighten the right leg as you come up. Arms in front. We're gonna reestablish archer's pose. When you're ready, setting up the left arm. Setting up your drishti. And winding your way in it. How much flexibility is available in your spine today? Exhale, unwind. And then hands down, step it to the front. Lower the head part. Concluding the sun south. Sweep the arms to your sides and up. Take a little back bend at the top. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, take Ardha Uttanasana, lifting halfway up. Exhale, fold back into self. Inhale, take your plank. And then we're gonna slowly descend the knees. All right, we're gonna strengthen the wrist a little bit here. The first thing I want you to do is spin your left hand all the way around towards your left knee. You're rotating it to the outside of the mat first, and then back towards your body as best you can. This is a really intense stretch. Great preventative for carpal tunnel. I like to share this one with musicians and rock climbers and people that I know use their hands a lot. All right, let's turn the left hand back around. Spin the right. Rotate it back around in front. And you're gonna start doing a little freestyle circling. You can add in some cat cows. You can add in some little dips. There's really no right or wrong. And then start rolling around to the other side. All right, come back to sit on your heels or on a block if needed. If you need standing Vajrasana, this isn't great for the knees. You can also do that pose. Back of the hands together. Flip the fingers towards the chin. We're going to get back into the hands. Shake it out. All right, coming forward to downward facing dog. All right, we're going to begin a little flow of movement here. So look forward towards your hand. You can step 1 foot at a time, or you can hop the feet behind the hands into Malasana, the squats. We're not going to hold this for a prolonged period. We're going to flow. Inhale, hands down, tailbone lifts, step back, down dog. Walk and travel your hands towards your toes. Land your heels and fold in front. Inhale to the top. Just Urdhva Hastasana, no back bend. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, walk it to plank. Once established in plank, shift forward with your feet, lower down like a low push-up, chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to down dog. Inhale, feet walk or jump through squats. Exhale, stretch the pose. Take another breath while you're here. Hands down, tail up, feet back, down dog. Track the hands back towards the toes. Hold a little deeper. Inhale up. Exhale, swan dive back in. Inhale, walk it out to plank. Shift forward, lower down, chaturanga. Into up dog. Out to down dog. Inhale. Hop through with your feet to squats. Exhale, be in squats. All right, we're going to take a moment to bring the hands down to come down to our seats. And I want you to just have your hands behind your back. And I want you to focus on winging the knees out and drawing the knees in. Winging the knees out and drawing the knees in. Now bring your hands up to your inner thighs, separate the knees, feel that openness. And now when you push down through the mound of the big toe and you're drawing the knees together, feel that engagement of your inner thighs. That's an important element to the arm balance, okay? So that action here is going to be needed. Now take your hands to your belly. Contract your core so that your belly is pulling straight in towards your spine, and then let it go. Good, a couple more times. Pulling in, inhale, let it go. Exhale, pull in, and let it go. Another important element, one more. All right. Bring the feet closer, prop back up into your squats. We're going to take the hands down and step back to downward facing dog. We're almost to the arm balance, but we're going to do a couple things here first. And I'm going to turn around so that you can see what's happening with my feet, so I don't confuse you. We're going to do pink dog. So pink dog is the right foot crosses over to the opposite side of the left. Now turn that heel down to face the stereo. You got it. Now push into your hand, stretch back through your spine, and then cup your right hand so the wrist is coming off the floor. Well, this is Pink Dog, dedicated to anyone who's had any type of reconstructive surgery or surgeries due to breast cancer. And even if you haven't had that, this is still opening up the lymphatic tissues in the chest. It's flushing out the lymph nodes in the pit of the arm. All right, uncross. Now recross, left foot to the other side of the right, spin down to the heel. Push back like downward facing dog, and then cup your left hand. So the shape of the legs creates the idea of the ribbon. The ribbon for awareness. It's the light of our awareness that we're trying to turn on. All right, uncross. Reestablish down dog. Pick up your left hand, hook a hold of your right calf, and then spill the head down and look up underneath that arm if possible. Good, left arm releases. Reestablish down dog with both hands. Hook your right hand to the outside of the left calf. Look up underneath and peek up underneath the arm. All right, release. Now, step the feet behind your wrist, but wide. As wide as your sticky mat. And then bring your hands to prayer position. And step the elbows to the knees. Your tailbone is like halfway towards the floor. Your torso is parallel to the floor. All right, this is bear pose. Now, bear pose is going to take us towards the arm balance. Okay? So please know that you can't quite get the hands in the right position. You may just not be ready yet, and that's okay. You can work on this, you can work on squat. And the next phase of this is lowering down and letting the hands slide back so the wrists are going behind the ankles. Now, from here, this is what I do to get in. I let the knees roll out so I can drop my tailbone. And then I activate the inner thighs and squeeze. So that was the knee opening, knees closing. I heel toe the feet out in front of the hands towards each other. And then I'm able to flex and float the feet, Bujapindasana. If you get to Bujapindasana, Titabasana, Firefly, and the fireflies are out right now in the summertime, lighting up our yards, and they represent magic and hope and joy and wonder and playfulness. Any questions? So it's a lot for the hands, right? So that's why I'm saying if your hands aren't in the right place, work on the wrist work. And so you can get there. Otherwise, you're gonna put too much strain in your hands. That's beautiful, Melissa. Nice. Cool, I know, it's a lot. But could you see how this comes into action? This comes into action, and this has to be in action. A lot of little elements there. Okay. That's it, Steph. That's all I'm got. Okay, we're gonna move on. You're sitting up. Your legs are out. We're gonna slide the right foot in. We're gonna keep some separation in between the foot and the thigh. So create some more space, Mary Catherine, between the foot. Same thing, okay. Yeah. Now with that right arm reaching forward to the inside of that knee, you continue to turn, rotate the hand all the way up into the shoulder to create a bind.
So it's twist, twist, turn, turn, hook. And with that hook, flex the left ankle, reach out through the left arm, and then swing that hand behind the back. Don't worry if the hands come together or not, but if they do, catch it. And then you're leaning out over the straight leg. This is ray of light. In Ashtanga, we call it one of the Marichyasana poses. And Marichi was one of the yogic sages. Every sage is a ray of light. Inhale, gently come up. Step that foot on over for a different sage twist. Arm wraps around the knee, pull up through the breastbone. Right hand circles to the floor behind your back. Find a comfortable position for your neck, comfortable position to gaze. Exhale and straighten out the right leg. Bend your left knee. All right, ray of light, that left arm is going to shoot to the inside. And the hand's going to spin, spin, turn until that arm can wrap in front of the shin. Then flex that right ankle, lengthen out through the right arm, swim it behind the back. Maybe catch the other hand. It's okay if they don't touch, but you're leaning out over the straight leg. I read this article that was alongside this pose, and it was saying this is a good pose to find out whether or not you are being greedy in your asana practice. Because it was saying this will show, where you truly are. And it's a hard pose to cheat with. And can you be established in your truth in what that is right now? Not being greedy, just being your own unique ray of light. You don't have to look or be the same. Gently come up. Take that foot over. Hug that knee in. Notice when we hug in, we can slouch a little bit. So reinvest in the length of your back before you take the full spinal twist. Rotating through the low back, mid back, upper back, neck. Take the left leg out, bend the knees, float the palms up, scoop that belly in, and roll it back. One vertebra at a time. And when you do catch your knees, and then on your next in-breath, stretch out through your limbs like we started this practice with. Creating that star shape with your body. Again, noticing the ground beneath you and noticing the feeling of expansion in front of you. I want you to imagine in your mind's eye that you're looking out into your backyard or out into a field. During a summer evening, and seeing all the lightning bugs and the fireflies light up. Each firefly has its own signal that it emits through the light. Each of them is sending out their own light codes in order to find their mates. I mentioned the symbology is magic and wonder, illumination and joy and hope and wonder and playfulness. But it also represents how we find our own tribe, our own kindred souls, our own community. We're going to do one more twist before Shavasana. So you're going to walk the feet closer together. And then you're going to slide your right foot towards your pubic bone. Your arms are going to come down shoulder height, out like a T. And you're going to push down through the right foot and slightly slide your left hip towards that foot you're pressing into. Once you have a little tilt in your pelvis, pick up the right foot, place it on your left thigh, and then spin that knee over the body. Unwind from the twist. Place the right foot back down to the mat. Turn the pelvis back to neutral. Slide your right leg long. Bend your left knee. Press down into the left foot. Tilt the pelvis. Stack the left foot onto the right thigh. And then turn that knee across your midline, taking a spinal twist. Now consider while you're in the twist, do you want to be in that yin form of corpse pose, that star shape? Would you prefer legs at the wall? Would you prefer a bolster to make it restorative? And once you have concluded which pose you want to be in Shavasana, unroll, reset the hips. Hug the knees in, and then you're going to set up for relaxation. I'm going to turn the overhead lights off while you guys settle in. The pose of your choice. Change up music. So I haven't mentioned this in a while, but I think it's important since relaxation can turn into a meditation if you choose to practice it that way. But a few years ago, there was a scientific article that was released on a study where they had been working with people who meditated. They discovered through regular meditation, we can actually turn off some of the genetics that we hold that can lead to disease. And it can light up the healthier genes. So meditation can do so much more than just clear and focus the mind. It actually has a big impact on the physical body. Let this time of rest and meditation help to clear the mind and body, to purify the mind and body. And let this be a time where you are accepting, embracing, and becoming the light, the expanding light. And if you want to picture that light blinking with the pulse of your heart or blinking within your cells, if you want to imagine a column of light shining down from above, traveling through your body, also keeping you connected to the earth. Many, many ways in which you can envision this light. You can picture it white for purity, gold for spirituality, any color that holds a certain therapeutic energy that you're needing. Be a red ray, an orange ray, a yellow ray, a green ray, a blue ray, a purple ray. Hold this in your mind's eye now. To increase the depth of your breath, invite some movement in. Exit out of this pose. Find a comfortable seat. I'm going to share a quote I know you've heard in the past, but I think it's appropriate for today. Even after all this time, the sun never says to the earth, "You owe me." Imagine what happens to a love like that. It can light up the whole sky. Bring your hands to prayer position at your heart. We always talk about the love and the light that we hold within. The light and the love that we hold within is just as brilliant as the sun. May we all be that beacon of light for others. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.